Hey everyone, welcome to the AMA session. You guys can ask us questions through the chat and comment under the CFT's post.
Let's go! Welcome, everyone. How are you guys? It's a nice weekend, nice weather. I hope you are ready for the next week.
Yeah, hello everyone. Can you guys hear me well?
Yes, yes, my man,
Yes,
yes.
Okay, perfect. So everything is working. For the people who like to watch streams on YouTube, we are at the same time hosting that space on Twitter and also streaming on YouTube. So you can choose depending on your personal preferences. And so yeah, like my friends say, just said you can ask any questions that you would like about CFT, about the futures, the things that are coming, but also about the prop industry. And yeah, the idea would be to talk about what could be improved, what could be made better to make the prop industry better.
you guys can use the chat to type any questions you want.
There is a chat with X Space. I'm sorry, it's the first time I'm hosting one, so I don't know.
The comments under the post are counted as
Okay.
the chat.
Okay. Okay, good. So yeah, exactly. Everyone can ask questions, whatever you want, and yeah, it will be a pleasure to answer. So just feel free, don't be shy.
We can all start by introducing ourselves.
Yeah, true. I think it would be the best way to start. So Ezekiel, would you like to start first?
Okay, thank you. Yeah, so today is Sunday, right? I believe everyone prepared their charts for next week, right? So, if you trade with Crypto Phone Trader, you'll probably make a lot of money because we, as prop firm, are the best, of course. So we have that lucky charm, you know. You'll trade better if you trade with us.
Yes,
Anyway, I want to ask my colleagues here. um what do you think about crypto at the moment, and what's your expectation in the market?
Hassan, you should speak on.
Yeah, yeah. I'm expecting 58K first before pushing higher. So just have my levels marked, waiting for the markets to do the heavy work for us.
Yeah,
Okay, okay.
kind of the same. I think we greened a little bit higher. Um, Personally, I went in a long from 55.8, and the target is 61.5, 62K. Because I see some big resistance level around here. But before we move higher, I think we see a pullback and we have some orders being left around 58, 58.3. So in my opinion, that would be a pullback that we should buy and maybe we push higher. Um,
Congratulations, you make so much profits now, right? Nice trade,
yeah.
bro.
For now, it's good. It's
Okay,
good.
okay. Will you hold a trade until potentially, let's say, 70K, 80?
No.
No?
The plan was to long around 56, and to close around 62. So maybe I will leave some, like a very small portion of that position for 65K. But then I play level by level, so I don't expect 70K to come. We have FOMC coming on Wednesday, so it will bring a lot of volatility, a lot of uncertainty in the market around Wednesday, and I don't want to mess with the trade. So yeah, I would just take my profits and then I will reassess later.
Alright, so someone posted a question. How would you consider that the markets will react if Jerome will cut with 25 points or with 50?
um, maybe. Maybe
My
someone wants
opinion,
to answer the question.
yep. Okay. So yeah, I think that the markets will be priced in before the rate cuts is announced, especially with the crypto markets. Seeing this pump, I think we can push higher, considering the rate cuts being announced, getting that priced in, and then we can later on push lower when everyone is greedy and bullish. What do you think, Ezekiel and Ospera?
Personally, I think, yeah, I think 25 cut basis points cut would be the most, like, it has the highest probability to happen. I don't believe they cut by 50 basis points. I think it's too early. And also, 50 basis points would mean two things. Like, there are two options. Are super confident that everything is going to be super well, and to be honest, it's not the style of Jerome Powell or the style of the Fed to be too confident. They are also they most of the time they go step by step and they check the data, they monitor everything, but they don't go all in like that. So I don't believe it's gonna happen. And the second option is because something is going to break very soon, and so they have to be aggressive with the rate cuts. So either way, it's a bad thing. So that's why I don't think it's gonna happen that they cut by 50 basis points, but also it's not something that I want to see, because I know a lot of retail. I am a retail myself, obviously. I'm not an institution or what, but you know what I mean when I say retail. They all want to see 50 basis points, 100 basis points, because they think that it's going to bring the market to a bull run again. But it's not really how it works. If they cut too aggressively, then big players will think maybe it's because they are scared of something. And if the big players are scared, then you know what's going to happen. And I can spoil, the market is going to dump hard, whatever it's S&P, um, Euro USD, for example, or crypto market. So yeah, I expect 25, and I hope it's going to be 25, because for me it's the most conservative and moderate stance the Fed can have.
Yes, I kind of agree with your point of view. All right, guys. So please type in some questions. So CFT, the futures and the crypto pairs offered by CFT, or anything regarding it, we would love to answer your questions. Right. Okay. So what do you think on Euro USD? Let's come to Forex because I don't trade crypto as much. I trade Euro or GU. So Hassan, let me know what are you thinking about Euro USD.
Again, the main focus would be, I think, on watching how DXY reacts.
All
We
right.
have we have rate cuts being announced, so a lot of things to keep in mind trading this week. And again, it is going to be huge week
Yes.
considering.
Yeah, I'm really bullish on Euro USD right now, and I think DXY is going to fall a little. Right? What do you think about?
Yep, makes sense. Depends on the data too. Like, if we have a too aggressive rate cuts, we can see some huge manipulation. As Ospera said, that we could see.
Another question: what will be your risk management approach for a crypto fund trader challenge account? I would like everyone to answer it, starting from anyone. Hassan, you can start.
For me, it really depends on your style, to be honest, right? You can either play aggressive on that account, like risking 2% on per trade. Depends on your condition. Like, if you have just bought an account, you only have one account, your focus should be playing conservative on that, trying to grab the payouts first, making something of the markets, and then on when you buy more accounts, you can start risking heavy, like 1 or 2%.
Yes, makes sense. So, what do you
And
suggest if you got on? What should be
uh,
your strategy?
Yeah, I was gonna
Yes, or
say, um, if you want best way to pass a challenge, if you start, so if you start with problems, I think the best approach is to remain conservative and don't over risk and open positions that are too big compared to the account. I saw a lot of people, for example, trading with a 50K account and opening like 10 BTCs per trade. In my opinion, this is not how you should do. And I know some people are going to say, but you can have a huge size and still risk very little. Yeah, but on real market conditions, this is not how it works. Because first you will be used to trade like a degen if you use such size, and also you will lose a lot with the fees, with the slippage when the market is volatile. Because, for example, if you pay 1,000 of fees on a 25K account, it's not the same if you pay 1,000 on a 200K account. Like the ratio is not the same, and you should keep that into consideration. So yeah, I think you should go conservative with the size and also with the capital that you risk, like 0.5% per trade. If you have high conviction on certain cases, then you can go with 1%. But yeah, I think staying in that range should do the trick for anyone trying to pass a challenge.
all right. Good to hear that.
I would like to add on this. You should have like a track record of yourself before getting into the challenge and understanding how you are going to risk. There you can start practicing either on demo accounts with the same risk, right? Again, the conditions won't be the same when you're trading on a demo or in live, but yeah, it will help you build up your psychology risking, because most of the people start with like their first account and they're risking like 2% on a trade. That does not make sense.
Yes, sir.
Look, can somebody confirm for me if they are able to hear me or not at
Yes,
first?
Yeah, perfect.
Okay, sure. Then I would like to give my opinion as well because look, before you were even starting out in like the prop firm space, it's being important that you are remaining conservative. You should know your model and you should know a specific win rate, and that model should also be applied. And yeah, you need to be certain that you're able to pass a funding challenge as a whole within your trading model and that risk management system. But in the end, I would always say that when you are starting off trading prop, you should risk very little because the psychology, if you're going in, start off in a very conservative and small way. Look, if you are having way more accounts in the future, sure, you can see them more as like business expenses and maybe risk more on higher conviction plays during the challenge phase and then tone the risk down again once you're funded. But in the end, when you are beginning a challenge with CFT, I would always suggest if it's also the start of your prop career, make sure to start off risking a little bit and not a lot. So just to get you on the right.
Dan, welcome to the stream. Lovely to hear you. I agree. I actually agree with everyone here. So what I would like to add is something like how I trade my accounts on in prop firm space. So I have one simple system. Because why I have a system? Because I want to make it more mechanical in risk management and be Picasso in trading. So first trade when I execute is 1% risk, and I'm hunting 2R trade. So 1% for 2%, right? And if trade is a winner, we have something like 2% buffer. So that allows me to risk another in next trade 2% for 3R. Okay. So if I get 3R, I win 6%. So 6 plus 2, you have 8%. In the end, you pass challenge in 2 days, in 2 trades. Nice and easy. But probably you'll lose first trade or you're gonna lose second trade, whatever. You constantly rotate from break even until you have breakout and passing challenge. Or if you get in drawdown, let's say first trade you take a loss, good. Second trade you risk 0.5% for 2R to get back on break even. And if you lose it too, it happens, of course. You just play similar game. So let's say third trade is you risk 0.5% for 3R until your break even, and that's how you play. And you grow, you raise a little, you raise a risk until your break even, and then you rotate again. That's my risk plan. It's simple for me. Did I fail with that plan? Yes, I did. Sadly, it was the last live challenge on Twitter. It is what it is. The market was hard. Just kidding. I was idiot. So,
Also, the market was hard. It's true.
I mean, I was idiot. I will say that because I misinterpret so many things, and I took wrong signals from market or whatever. I just trade badly, but it's September and it's time for new challenge live. So probably I will take Cryptophone Traders Challenge live again on X. So
One thing I want to add on your approach is that having your psychology right too is really important, because some people they buy account and they want to get in a trend instantly and want to pass it the next day. Some people have this approach. And one more thing, if you get a loss first, like let's say you started off the challenge and you're, let's say, -1% now. Some people have that mindset shifted there. They just want to gamble it like over and start to trade, take unnecessary trades just to get back to break even. And what actually happens is that they get deeper, deeper, deeper in the drawdown. And at the end, they are like done with this. And one trade, they risk all and eventually blow the account. So that is really important for, in my opinion. Like when back then, when I started, this was the main issue for me. When
okay.
I would get in drawdown, I my psychology was not right. I would have started over risking, taking unnecessary trades. But actually, and when you're in drawdown, you need to be more patient to find the A plus setup and then take your trades.
Totally agree. So maybe you know the trader called Tom Dante. He's one of the probably greatest trader right now,
Yep, 100%.
and he said something cool which works for me is stop being cunt. So basically it means take responsibility for your executions. um, I believe everyone here in markets want money, right? Want that lifestyle, whatever. They all actually gamblers indeed. But if you uh, if you make a big decision that you're gonna put the work in this profession, then you're gonna go journal things, journal your trades, charts, back test, read about psychology, react on your emotional response or whatever. It's like a ton of things to do, and if you take care of it, uh, you're gonna actually make a ton of money in trading. But money will actually just be result from your actions, right? But probably I'm
Yeah,
I'm
it's the
I'm talking from my
consequence. Totally
experience.
agree.
Yes, like last 2 years, like 2 years ago, I was the biggest gambler on Twitter. Trust me, I was biggest gambler, and I managed to get some good trades, right? Because it was gamble, but have big crash, big loss, and talk with myself actually and crying for 3 days. What? Why? Why? You know? And after that, everything changed.
Yup, everyone needs to be strict with themselves. Even with backtesting, you need to be like honest to yourself. If your model is for some reason not working, if you have something that is not working for you, you need to question yourself, question that model, and work on that. Instead of giving yourself hopes, basically being strict with yourself is also important.
What are your thoughts on gold for those who trade that asset? We are broken out of a massive high time frame range, so I want to hear your outlook for XAU. I mean, if anyone wants to answer that, do you guys trade gold? I know CFT doesn't offer gold.
I don't. I don't. I hate gold, guys. I hate that.
Yes. So,
That's that, that's crazy.
same.
That's crazy
I
market, man.
love and hate relationship with gold too. Sometimes it's one of the cleanest asset, and the other days, you know what happens.
I mean, if you had that clean days, congratulations, brother. I didn't.
Any other one, Ospra and
Okay,
Dennis?
for me, if you ask for the technical points, you can just wait for the previous swing high, previous all-time high 25.31 to come and then long that retest. Although I do not trade gold too. I hate that pair.
For yeah,
Yes, sir.
for me as well, I do not trade gold. I actually despise it. Together with all my colleagues right over here. But look, overall, our trading philosophy is do not try to fade the trend and try to go all in on shorts or something. Rather long pullbacks, etc., etc. Just the trend is your friend, and make sure to use it that way as well. Do not try to be a hero and short at all-time highs because that's likely going to harm you a lot more than it's going to help you in the end.
Be a hero, brother. Be a hero.
I do agree with that. I do agree. And talking about gold, um, I think it's a good reminder for people to keep in mind that gold is considered a safe haven. And when the market is not certain, when there are like, when the market participants are scared or uncertain or they are doubtful, then yeah, gold basically is one of the assets
Yeah.
that benefit the most from it, like DXY, for example. So I
Okay.
think we continue to go up until FOMC.
So we have another question: how to become consistently profitable, and not try to break plans, and what are the proper way of journaling, and that is actually worth it. All right. So for consistency, you need discipline everywhere in your life, right? From the time you eat food, do gym, or anything, your normal routines. So that's the discipline you carry forward in your trading as well, right? So for me, consistency comes with discipline. You know, you need to know when not to take a trade and when to take a trade. You're trading out of your kill zones probably, so you are breaking your own rules. So the only and discipline will also come with experience and time. The more time you give to yourself to learning and the charts, it will come s- by side, right? So
Also,
that's
I want to add another thing, and this is having your in real life habits right helps this too.
yes, exactly, you're right. Like, also have a live outside of charts as well, right? If you're always on charts, you probably have bad habits, right? You don't go to gym, you don't have friends to talk to, or your real life activities, right? So you have to fix your life as well. So your mind is better when you are on your charts. If you're trading just because your life is messed up and you want to get out of that shit life, so it's probably going to affect your trading as well, right? It So you need to manage everything side by side, your trading and your life. Don't be a a nerd sitting on charts 24/7. That's what I think. Anyone wants to add to it?
Also, you asked about journaling. That is basically just right. Have a model written for your own self. Write it on a notebook, handwritten, and know your rules, know your risk. How are you going to approach the markets? And again, once you have you start back testing, you will know what is working for me. If you know that you have a specific model named ABC, right, and you risk and will you try to break the rules or not follow your model? Again, time is important, the amount of time you're going to put in, and of course experience, watching the markets, knowing what emotions were kicking in when you had a trade running, and what went wrong in each trade. When you start writing that down, you can use any software. No, I use Notion to journal it. Some people use Tradezilla, some people use it manually, or anything. Just start working on your own model, on your own strategy, and I guess with time, once you start applying it religiously, it will show you results.
Also, because I do agree with the points that the others are saying. So I'm going to say something else that helps me personally a lot. Look, I do not know what everybody is trading. Of course, I personally mainly trade Forex and the US indices. And one of the things that made me a lot more consistent and helped a lot with profitability overall is learning to see when you should participate in the market overall. Um, Make use of the economic calendar. With the help of economic calendar and knowing when high impact news releases are going to take place and what kind of releases they are, you are very much more likely to know on what days you are going to see one-sided expansion, and that makes it a lot more easy for you to be in profitable days. So overall, if you are trading, for example, a dollar related pairs, make sure to check out when high impact news releases are on for the dollar during the week. And you should already know before the week starts when you are going to participate in the market. So make sure to plan that ahead and do not constantly stare at the charts because that is probably going to cause you to make decisions and see things that aren't even there. So make sure to plan ahead and stick to that plan, besides, of course, all the other things that the others also said.
You discussed about knowing about the economic calendar. I want to add upon that is mostly, especially in the crypto side, people do not really tend to look at what the macro news or macroeconomics is, where what is happening in the world right now. Many people try to fade that and have no idea, and probably people who even don't know when the news release is, they will be in a position. What will happen there? Let's say taking a scalp, news comes in like 4 5 minutes later, they get taken out of the market due to slippage, and later realizing, oh, it was a news. So yeah, a really important point. You should know when the how to use the economic calendar to use as your roadmap.
All right, so we have another question. Which one is better, master risk management first or a trading plan first? Okay, so I guess you have to kind of manage both of them side by side, but I would start with mastering your trading plan first, because risk management is also a part of your trading plan, right? When you're entering a position, you should always know how much are you going to risk and how much are you going to lose. Because I see some people who trade and they put a stop loss, for example on gold they put a 20 pip stop loss, right? But when the price does not go in their favor, they extend their stop losses, right, from 20 to 25 or 30 pips. I don't get how do these guys trade, because if you're put in 1% risk and you increase your stop loss size, you're now risking more than 1%. So in case that still stops you out, instead of losing 1%, you have lost like 1.5%. So all your journaling and your risk management have been like messed up. So instead, if you want to add on positions, you can use half risk on your first entry, and if it goes lower, then use half risk. Ins- because that's a little bit, it can still help you with your risk to reward ratios. Instead of when you just increase your stop loss size, you increase your risk, you decrease your risk to reward. You basically you have messed up your setup, and you that's not a good thing to do at all. Just accept the stop loss you have placed, and if it hits, just accept your loss and move on to another setup. So it also there's also a thing called marrying a bias, right? It also happens to me when I'm really bullish on a pair. I will long it no matter what, right? If even it's a falling knife, I'll still try to long it. But you have to accept that you should be quick enough to accept and change your bias as well, right? You should not marry a bias. it it will cause you like really, it will damage your psychology a lot if you marry a bias. For example, if you're bullish on gold and the price starts falling and you're still going to long every retest or anything and you're getting stopped out, so it can be bad for your trading plan and overall accounts as well. Okay.
What do you think about this model, the forever model? Okay, so one thing, any model can be profitable, any model can work for you. If one model is working for me, that might not work for you either. So instead of going looking for someone else model, I would say apply that. If you start backtesting it, if it works for you, then well and good. Keep following it with the risk management. If you want to make some changes to it, depending on how you backtest it, then change it. But even if you have a model, try to start backtesting it and keep looking to make improvements in that. Because I have heard some people say stick to only one model. I agree to some extent, but sometimes a model that was working for you like for 4 or 5 months, that might not work well for you now. You can make some changes of that. Maybe someone agrees to this or not, but that is just my approach on having one model.
Yeah, I do agree as well. I think you should, when you start, personally, if I take my case, sorry, I started using a lot of stuff, a lot of different stuff, and then the more you grow as a trader and the more you gain experience, you will start to lower all the things that you use and focus on what is working and what is fitting your style, for example. Because if you are a scalper, if you trade very low time frames and you hold your trades for very short durations, it's not going to be the same as the guy using a strategy that fits his swing trader style, for example. So you should focus on what's worked for you. And obviously, you're not going to find the perfect model just like that. You will need to test. You will need to lose some money. You will need to practice to gain some experience. It will take time to master your strategy. But in the end, it's going to rough it because it's going to be your model. It's going to be your system, your strategy. You're not going to depend on someone else, for example. and it's the best thing that can happen to you as a trader. Like, stop being dependent on someone else's strategy, someone else's post on Twitter or whatever. So yeah, I agree with what has just been said. Completely agree.
And you can keep modifying that to what is working for you. Now let's take example, if someone is using any model and he added Fibonacci levels too, and he do not want to trade that, or he doesn't like the results, he can remove that, add more things, and keep working on a model. And for that, I would say, when you're journaling like every single day, that will give you the direction of having your model right. You will start noticing what worked well for you, what did not.
Also, if you are working with like a specific model, look, if you are picking something from Twitter or YouTube, etc., of course, those probably work and are back tested and all, and I believe it's fine. But if you are going to use that, make sure to use it as a certain like basis level towards your trading overall, because it is not just copying a model is what is going to make you work and what's going to make you profitable, because a model is something that works for a specific person and you need to find something that is fitting for you. So sure, look on the internet for a certain amount of information and use that information as a basis, but in the end, you need to journal, you need to take live trades, you need to work on the model and refine that model towards your specific needs. So just simply copying something from someone else, that's not what's going to give you the best results overall. It's the work that you're putting in to refine it towards yourself, that is what's going to give you like the real growth overall.
Yep, totally makes sense. And you need to adopt your style too. Like if you're following someone that trades swing positions, swing traded, and you're applying his concepts on your low time frame M1, M5 scalps,
Yes, I agree with you, and we have a question. So he says sometimes I have a setup on other coins, but BTC moves largely tend to screw it. So do you suggest trading only BTC, or always consider analysis on BTC and fit the setup on other altcoins, even if it still aligns with your my model? So what do you want to say on that?
I would like to answer it that way, as BTC is like the king of the market in crypto. So of course you need to right. Of course they have inverse relation and so on. I'm just taking example. So of course, if you try to focus on BTC, the real results might be better because you're based trading based on one asset class. In altcoins, you have to monitor multiple other factors too. Now, again, if you have some sort of fundamental news for a specific coin, you can see it running through, having some sort of extra strength in it, even if BTC is falling. So for that, I would not say just stick to BTC. You need to be a little bit more aware and try your best to align BTC with your specific coin based on your model. That is what I'm thinking.
What would be your trading plan be like when taking a okay, so yeah, I guess already answered that. So guys, kindly post new questions so we can answer that.
Hey guys, I'll need to go. Thank you for being here and see you soon. Bye bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Thanks for being here, man.
Good day.
Bye bye.
Bye. All right, guys, any other question?
So no more questions. Just let us know.
Someone asked, what do you feel about should be the main focus of a newbie? Someone wants to answer on that, or should I?
Can you repeat the question again?
What what do feel what should the newbie focus on when starting off?
I would say understand the basics of how the market is working. So you should learn how to identify support, resistance levels. You should learn how liquidity is moving, because liquidity is what makes the market move. So yeah, definitely stick to the basics. Don't go with uh, complex concept. Don't go with ICT concept because you saw people were being millionaires in 2 days thanks to it. Just stick with the basics for real and build on that structure. You know, it's like building a house. You don't start with the rooftop. You start with the foundations, and you should do the same
Yep,
when you start trading.
100%.
You
And
start with, yeah,
try to focus on making the foundation strong.
absolutely. So learn price action, market structure, um, the basics, like I said, support, resistance, supply, demand, liquidity, and risk management. Obviously, it's key anyway. You can learn whatever you want if you don't have the risk management proper properly being applied to your strategy, whatever it is, then it's not gonna work. Maybe it will work for 1 month, 2 months, and at some point you're gonna lose it all. So yeah, like we said, the basics, solid foundations, and risk management. This is what you want to first start to learn, and then you build on that on top of that.
100%. We have one more question too. I have noticed very low volume on Saturday and Sunday in crypto. I don't engage it. Yup, the mostly the market volume comes in after we have the stock exchanges open, the sessions opens in London, and then especially in the New York session. One thing I noticed a lot is the BTC and the crypto market moving with the Nasdaq's movement, specifically at the 9:30 New York time at the US Open. So you can wait for Monday US stocks to open. Someone wants to talk about this weekend trading.
Uh, I don't think there are a lot to say. There is a lot to say about weekend trading. Basically, the weekend you take a bit more risk than usual because volume is low, so it's subject to more manipulation or to more panic movements. I mean, for example, if a news happened during the weekend, then considering the order book might be emptier than usual, then your stop loss can be easily taken. So yeah, you should, if you are a beginner, I think you should avoid trading the weekend. You should avoid trading crypto during the weekend, and instead of that, you should focus on learning or building your plan for the week that is coming. I think it's much more interesting. Obviously, if you are more, you can try. You can have a few scalps over the weekend. It works. A lot of people are making money trading over the weekend, but keep in mind that you're taking more risk than if you were trading during the week.
One more thing from this is that you should know, based on your trading style or trading model, when to risk more, when to risk less. what are the high probability conditions, what are the low probability conditions in the market. Again, if it will come with time when you start observing the markets every single day. Sometimes, like the crypto market I'm talking about, the conditions are not clear, you do not know the direction. So you can just stick to, let's say you're bullish in the market, you can stick to one position. When the conditions are clear, you have a clean bias and price is moving according to your prediction, you can just start taking multiple positions too. So just keep adapting how the market is moving and understand the conditions. That's pretty much it for today. If you guys have any questions, just let us know.
Yeah, let us know. The hour is coming to an end. It's been it's been fast. So if you have last few questions, then just let us know. Otherwise, we'll end that space just here, and we will let you know about the next one. Because the plan is to have some regular gathering like that one. So yeah, we will let you know. Um, so yeah, just let us know if you have questions.
I have noticed the weekend's crazy SL hits. Yup, you have so much manipulation going on. You do not get a clean PA. Sometimes you actually get much more clear price action on weekends too, catching that Sunday pump every week. Anyways, let's wrap this up for today. Had a really good time with you guys, and I wish we can have more of these sessions every week or maybe twice a month.
Yeah. Thanks a lot, everyone. Appreciated the time being with the team and also being with the community. So thank you very much. See you later. Have a safe week, and don't forget stop loss. So yeah, see you later. And thanks again, everyone. Thanks to the team.
Thanks everyone for joining in. I wish you guys the best of luck for the next week. Until then, have a good week. See you guys.
Bye bye.
Bye.